Last, Salisbury has the ball in his hand from the Howard stand end. The rain has relented, and at a slightly late, half an hour than scheduled start, will get underway. Malan is on to strike now, live off the mark, having nudged that one through fine leg. So one way of getting used to the weirdness, I guess, of that instant situation. Logan van Beek, Leicestershire's excellent overseas, but his first ball is smashed through the covers. Well, that's more like what Yorkshire fans will want to see. It goes short, it's clothed, and it's just over mid-on, and that's going to be 4 more to one of the shorter pockets. So back-to-back boundaries for live. Shorter again, and that sounds fantastic off the bat. It whistles away for 4. There's a deep backward square leg out there, but all they'll do is fetch it. Live's in the groove here, 3 in a row. Oh, inside out. We said they had to do something different against Salisbury. That certainly is different. Bang. Into the advertising hoardings over cover. So that's how Malan responds and gives Salisbury something to think about. First 6 of the contest.
Lovely shot there from Malan, giving himself a bit of room and gone with the movement away from him over cover. It's as good a shot as you'll see.
Yeah, he does often look at his best when going through the covers, Dawid Malan. I think if you asked a lot of people who've watched plenty of him over the years, post a big score. Down the track, that's a great shot. Very, very safe in the power play in particular, with not a lot of protection out. Beautifully bowled, and there is a little feather on it, so live has to go for 18. Logan van Beek gets his wicket, 30 for 1. Chases had it been pulled off, and it wasn't far off at various points. I mean, I say it wasn't far off, it was always going to be tough. Oh, that's gone. That's gone. Oh. That has thudded into the middle of the east stand. That is a huge strike of the highest quality.
That's Will Luxton for you. Doesn't miss out on those. Just over pitched a tiny bit and he'll pounce on you.
I believe that's what the modern players call sending it. He's put that in first class delivery and whipped that away into the next. Oh, that is absolutely massive from Malan. Top tier of the East Stand gets a dent in it from Dawid Malan. Yorkshire's captain leading from the front.
Super shot, could be in a hotel room, that.
Watch out if you're in the Headingley Lodge.
Yeah. Lovely shot of a deep square.
You would have just caught it at the end of that replay, pinging into the advertising hoardings right at the top of that stand. Malan through the covers, and particularly square of the wicket at Headingley. It might be a long boundary, it will still go. Timed well enough. 4 more for Yorkshire. And that is absolutely kaplunked through wide, long on for 6 by Malan. He's climbed into that, cleared the front leg. That is out to the long boundary. That's a big, big hit.
That's the longest shot that you'd need to play on this wicket, on this pitch, to clear the boundary, and he's just made that look fairly straightforward.
Short, and that is whacked. 6 more. Lovely shot from Luxton. He picked up the length really quick. Just a touch too short from Travaskis, but didn't young Will Luxton pounce on it nicely? And Yorkshire have got a really big over there. That 6 off the last means that it ends up going for 16, 95 for 1 off 9. Inside out goes Malan.
Shot.
Clever shot. He knows where the gap is. Deep set onside field. He had to make room. He had to try something different, and it works beautifully. It accesses that area in the covers that Malan likes to go to in that fashion, and it brings up a well-earned half-century, back-to-back half-centuries, wearing the right rose for your Yorkshire T20 captain, Dawid Malan. Oh, that is huge.
It's massive.
No need to worry about the boundary distance for that one. That is well into the stands. Take cover. down the ground.
I don't think there's a
Luxton
danger. There
will
you
get
go.
there in style. So back-to-back boundaries does bring Will Luxton his first T20 50 for Yorkshire. A fine knock from the 22-year-old who has 51 not out of 28 with 3 4s and 3 6s, and is powering Yorkshire into a very good position here. Makes room, Malan. He's again looking for that gap through the covers. Instead, he's found the trusty outside edge. He's found the short pocket, albeit it's not the short pocket he was actually looking for. And it's 4 more. Bit of luck for Malan.
Perfectly placed, if you ask me.
It's shots like that that make you realise why Headingley's such an unforgiving ground for players like you who are more of a bowling all-rounder than a batting all-rounder.
But
Feels like it does,
yeah.
Rapid outfield. Sliced up. Catch it is the cry for long on coming in. Who has taken it? It's the end of Will Luxton. It's a magnificent innings. It's a first T20 50 for Yorkshire, and it is quite comfortably a career best, which ends at 62, caught by former Yorkshire captain Sean Masood off the bowling of Liam Travaskis. A great hand from the 22-year-old. 62 off 34 with 3 4s and 4 6s. And swinging away merrily over the head of mid-wicket for 6. So Luxton going quite rightly isn't going to stop Yorkshire's captain powering on.
Yeah, just eyeing up that short pocket again is Malan. Round arm from Kimber. Into the blue seats for 6.
Yeah, and that's one thing you've noticed tonight with Malan. He's been very shrewd in where he's hit, targeting the short boundaries. As this time, he slog sweeps for 6. 6 more to Malan, who looks in great touch here.
Super shot. Again, we've seen that a few times this afternoon. And Walker back onto ball now.
Yeah, Walker swapping ends. 1 for 34 from his 3. Malan again going inside out through extra cover, but he's hit it straight to extra cover. Well, it's a shot that's worked for large portions of this innings for Dawid Malan, but he perishes playing it. It's a great knock that has to come to an end. 88 for Yorkshire's captain off 48 balls, 8 4s and 5 6s. He's led from the front, and it's back-to-back 50s for the skipper, who is out to Walker, caught by Kimber. Steps across, flicks it up, but it's straight at short fine leg, and that'll be out. So Matt Revis has to go, and Yorkshire lose another. Van Beek immediately gets himself a first wicket of the game. Matt Revis gone for 2. Sure, and cut straight to point. Straight to point from Duke, and Yorkshire have lost another at the back end here. Not quite finding the acceleration they might run in this over, because Van Beek has picked up 2 now in the same over. Caught by Badinja and gone for 2 off 3. That is Wharton target. Shorter pocket around a wide mid-on, maybe over the head of mid-off. Does go over the head of mid-off. It's a poor ball, full toss, and it gets the treatment you'd expect it to. 6 for Wharton. He gets his first maximum of the afternoon.
Yeah, just over pitch, going for that block hole.
But happy to take your word for it. So that's away out towards deep mid-wicket. And it's just about been taken. It's an excellent catch out there. Looked for a moment like Logan Van Beek had got himself in some trouble. And it is indeed out. So Salisbury has his first wicket, and Wharton has gone for 12 off 7, 6 and out. It's across Bess, and exactly as Ben Cliff predicted, accesses that square leg area with a slog sweep. Well executed, controlled aggression from Don Bess to get his first boundary. 200 up for Yorkshire.
Yeah, something Don Bess practices a lot, that is sweeps, especially not just against the spinners, against the seamers as well. And as you've seen there, he's not bad at it.
14 or 5 for Bess here, facing up to this last delivery. This has got decent clout on it, and it has gone for 4. So Yorkshire get the momentum of a boundary from the last ball, and having been sent in by the Leicestershire Foxes, will be very content with that at the midway stage of things. 213 for 7 here, posted by Dawid Malan's side, led from the front by their skipper with 88 or 48. First Yorkshire T20 50 for Will Luxton with 62 or 34, and a lovely late cameo from Don Bess, who finishes with 18 not out in this particular contest. Down the ground, sounded so good off the bat. What a shot that is from Patel. First 6 of the reply. Straight at short mid-wicket. The pressure is told. Will O'Rourke has a wicket. Yorkshire have a breakthrough that their early pressure has been bringing. We mentioned that required run rate just starting to sky. And Rishi Patel is gone for 12, 14 for 1.
Yeah, not quite got a lot of that.
Adam Ly's not dropping that.
No, he's not. Straight to Adam Lye at mid-wicket.
Couldn't have picked him out much better had he tried. Back on. So variety very much the name of the game here for Malan. Skied up. Catching chance. Running in. And taken. A good low catch. Charging in from mid-off by Don Bess, who might not have been able to take the one off his own bowling in the previous over, but despite seemingly picking up a finger injury in the process, he holds on there. It's the end of the visiting captain, Louis Kimber, for just 4. And Matt Milnes, who took 3 against the Bears at Edgbaston, has another one here.
Yeah, straight up. Bessie makes no mistake on that one. He's had to cover some distance, really. It's nearly landed on the stumps.
Yeah, it's a tough catch that. We had a very good view of it from up here in the Virtue commentary box. And Sood whips that away and gets his first boundary. Nice shot from the former Yorkshire captain. Well, this is absolutely one that has got the analyst written all over it, hasn't it? Because we haven't seen, I don't make it. Yep, we haven't seen Adam live bowl in the Blast this season until now. Captain Malan just rearranging traffic. Does have 25 T20 wickets, a decent enough average actually of 27, and he might have a 26th here because this has been chipped high, and he's gone. A wicket first ball for Adam Live. It gets better and better for Yorkshire. 34 for 3. The trick of Live to the 2 left-handers works immediately. And it is the end of Shan Masood, the one-time Yorkshire captain, for just 6.
Stroke of genius there. Throw wide of the ball. Another catch from Don Bess. His finger looks all right, I think.
Tell you what, if you wanted a catch to really thoroughly test the state of your finger, it would be that hung in the air a long time.
Get under that.
Smashed away, and it's over the head of long on for 6. It's only cleared the fielder Milnes by just a few yards, and Leicestershire need a few more where that came from, but good. Skied up, should be out. Is out. A third catch for Don Bess. this time off his own bowling, and it is a wicket to finish another good over for Yorkshire. No doubt about that. Bess going up and getting the decision. Travaskis is gone. Bess has got a second wicket to go with 2 catches as well. He's having a fine afternoon of things and a fine blast so far. And Yorkshire are utterly dominant here. Travaskis LBW for 5 off 7.
Yeah, and that one looked fairly adjacent. We'll see that on the replay there. I don't think that was a difficult decision for the umpire.
Yeah, it was that classic off spinner to a left-hander. Full toss. Gets the treatment it deserves. Absolutely thumped into the stands. Wasn't going to miss out on gift wrap delivery like that. Plenty of power on that from Logan van Beek. Yep, 26th T20 domestic wicket for him tonight. As Moriarty is hit down the ground straight to long off. Who isn't dropping that? So Moriarty has a wicket, and Will Luxton, who was so excellent with a bat earlier on, takes the simplest of simple catches. And with just 6 overs left, Yorkshire are well placed to bowl Worcestershire out 85 for 8. The straightest of, can't even call it mid-off or mid-on. And there we go, out. Well, whatever kidology was going on there with the adjustment in the field, it did the trick for Yorkshire. Chauhan sends it quicker and wider and draws in a wild swish from Logan van Beek, who's gone for 26. Smart work from Duke. Yorkshire 1 wicket away from completing victory.
Yeah, seeing him gone wide, no question about that stumping this time. I think Lythy were there just to put him off, really, and it seems to work. But yeah, top work by Dukey. He'll be happy with that.
Here he is.
Oh,
getting a 4 for, and that is how to finish the match in style. Jaffa Chauhan with 4 for 27, and Yorkshire have wrapped things up. It is a big win. A first win in Yorkshire's 4 blast games this season, and I think it's fair to say that Matt Salisbury didn't pick the one that came back. And he's absolutely superb. And he had his head on his hands for a second, Chan, because I think he thought he'd actually missed the stumps, but he just grazed that bell that was over leg and middle. A fantastic win then for Yorkshire, who not only take the 4 points, but they claim a win that is the type of which could send real confidence through the camp for the rest of the season. They win by 106 runs. The Leicestershire Foxes only got just a tickle over halfway to the target. Massive boost to the net run rate, a massive boost to the confidence in that Yorkshire dressing room ahead of travelling to Nottinghamshire to play at Trent Bridge in 3 days' time.